Hey, what's up? It's your girl Mooney 69 Ways, and I am here back with another video to talk about Imperfect Women. Season 1, episode 3. I know I'm late. I know, but a girl had a busy weekend and life was life, and okay. Yes, but if you are new here, make sure you are subscribed. Hit the like button. Once you hit that like button, if you see that hype button, go ahead, hype me up, okay? I would really appreciate it. But let's get into this episode. Yeah, so the episode left off where let's see. The episode left off where Robert is getting confronted by Eleanor about, they had the bang out section, she confronted him about the sorry letter and child, he made this explanation why he made this apology letter to Nancy, because mind you, this letter was in Nancy's journal. And kind of find out like he knew about this affair all along. And he lied. He lied to the officers. He lied to Eleanor, and she feels stupid in a moment. Cause she backing away like, I don't know if I can trust you. Cause like, did you hurt her? Cause that let her sound very angry. And child, he made this explanation like when he found out. He explained. I guess him and Nancy was supposed to go out to this outing, opera, ballet, or something. And she was in the shower. Her phone kept buzzing, and he's not usually the one to check her phone. So he say. But anyway, so he checked her phone, and the person sent her her news to her phone, and then he tried to call. He said he tried to call, but the number was blocked. I said okay, and then he said they got into this argument. She because he don't know who David is. She never explained or came forth who he actually is, and he said yeah, he yelled, he threw some things, but he never put a hand on her. I said okay, and he said he knows that she was supposed to end it that night. And he said he should have went with her, but he didn't. And yeah, so that was his explanation. And Eleanor is smart to hold on to that letter, because he was like, "What you gonna do with the letter?" She said she don't know yet, but she had to go. Yeah, because that was a lot of information to take in. Because he lied. She said it does not negate that you lied, because that makes him look guilty as heck. Um, that he could have won that underlied Nancy, because that's oof. I don't know what that be circumstantial evidence, but it could be definitely be motives to like underlie her. Because if he would have told the officers what he just told Eleanor, oh baby, you number one on suspect list automatically. But yeah, so she went home because she said she has a awards ceremony dinner to get ready for or whatever, because she is being honored as she award winner, because it's like a global award winning moment for her, a global impact winner. And she went to that, get ready for that. But before she went to that, actually she had met up with Mary. I call her the basket case, but seemed like her life was all over the place. Uh but compared to Eleanor, it seemed like her life is very much intact. But anyway, so she met up with Mary at a diner, and she showed her um Nessie's journal, which is comprised of poems and drawings. And the police, she said we should show this to the police or whatever. She said the police have, when they had did the search, when they did the search warrant stuff through all her things and Robert things, and they said it was like, it wasn't useless, but it wasn't helpful. It wasn't helpful to the case, because I guess they don't know what they looking for, or trying to decode a poem or a drawings or what have you. But yeah, so that was Nancy's journal. And of course Mary wanted to keep it, and when she said she wanted to ask if she keep it, I'm like, I know what you about to do, because you was on the case, honey. You are expected gadget, okay? You are some Nancy drawing at this thing, because you try to see what happened to your homegirl Nancy, right? And yeah, because we know in episode 2, that's when she was at the police station harassing the detectives and the cops down there about this case. But yeah, so let's get back to the award ceremony dinner or whatever. But I guess it was happening at the office or somewhere by the office or have you. And but before after she accepted the award, before she accepted the award, I can't remember, but she broke things off with Jordan. She said, yeah, no. She said, this is not going to work because he was like, what happened to you this weekend? I've been reaching out, whatever, because we already know what she's been doing this weekend. Okay. She was doing Robert. Okay. At the Ojai house. And, she said, yeah, this is not going to work. I think we should like cool it, break things off. And he was like, do I get to say? She was like, no, you don't get to say. I'm like, girl, tread lightly. I'm like, you got to be gentle breaking somebody's heart because remind you, he's your project manager. I mean, he's your subordinate. Like, he's your employee. Like, what are we doing? That's the HR red flag for real. Because he could like be petty with you and go to HR and stuff like that, and say it was sexual harassment or something or assault or something. You never know with people, but hopefully that don't happen because homegirl already going through enough. But if it did happen, hey, that's what you get. Okay. So we do see her brother finally show up to the banquet. It was like hours later. She's like, it's 6:00. She said, I'm about to go home. You showing up late. I think she asked him like, do you consider her a good person? What's the bad thing you ever done in your life and stuff like that? Because we already know why she asking this thing, because she slept with her best friend, her dead best friend husband. So we ain't gonna act like we don't know why she asking that question to her brother. And yeah, it was just messy. And so she left her brother there because he was late as hell. But he was fly in his little suit. And I think she got to go home. She should have took her ass home, but she didn't take her ass home. She took her ass that long ride back to the Ohio house, which is Nancy's family house. I'm like, okay, where's Nancy family? Like, they can't get the house. Like, was it in Nancy's name? I want to know, because if it was in Nancy's name, and it just defaulted to Robert because that's her husband and her daughter Cora. But anyway, her ass showed up back to the Ohio house. And she said, I was just getting in my car and I just ride and I just kept going. And your ass ended up back at the house to the scene of the crime where you was slapping cheeks with your dead friend husband. Okay. But we know this obsession she has. I don't know it's fantasy, but it's obsession with Robert. I mean, she's been in love with this man since she was 18. So they went in and did the do again. And I remember her asking, like, do you want this to end? And he said, no, whatever. Because mind you, they did the do. They in the pool at this house. And they was talking, truth or dare. They was playing around, talking about life and stuff. And she's in the pool with a t-shirt on. He's in his, those ain't Speedos, like underwear. And they got a surprise visit from Cora and a friend. Mind you, Cora should be on campus. She should be at the college on campus, like she should be in the dorm room or something. Okay, so Cora had her in her mind that nobody would be there because, mind you, the dad and the dad and Eleanor went up there the day before to bring her mom's stuff up there, store her mom's stuff up there. So she probably in her mind thinking that nobody there. So she up there ditching college and coming there with a friend and had alcohol. I'm like, is she old enough to drink? Apparently not, basically, if she got alcohol in her hand. But she was so shocked. She was trembling, and she was like, what the what the F is going on? And then they up there talking about she said, you sleeping with my dad or whatever. He said, no, it's nothing like that. And Eleanor slow ass said, no, it's nothing like that. Then his slow ass said, she helped me bring some of your mom's stuff up here. No, it's nothing like that. We just friends. That don't look like a friend move. Okay, you like your t-shirt and your panties on, you in the pool, and my dad his underwear in the pool. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, my mama body is barely cold at this moment. It's like, what we doing? So yeah, she ran off into the house, and of course Eleanor is panicking because she said, oh, she don't believe me, she hate my guts. I'm like, yeah, rightfully so, because y'all is lying to her face. Like, she knows the vibes y'all coming off with. So yes, she hates your guts. Because mind you, Cora was looking to her mom's best friend for guidance because she is going through it because she lost her mom. And Eleanor came off like, I know how you feel, because when I lost my dad, trying to be relatable, because she has lost a parent. And she texted her that's earlier that day about wanting to, she's going through it, she hasn't slept, she wanted to take some scissors to her bangs. And Eleanor was texting her back, saying like, take a deep breath, like calm down. And then come later to catch your, who you thought was like your mama's best friend / auntie, like you knew her your whole life, and to come to find her in the pool with your daddy while he's in his underwear and you in your t-shirt and your panties. Yes, she is highly upset. She don't trust you. So, yep, you done ruined that relationship. I ain't know that was gonna happen. I did not see that happening when they was in the pool. I did not see Cora showing up and finding out this quickly. Let me know if did you wonder or was hoping that they get busted by Cora this soon. So yeah, let me know how you felt about that whole scene of a mess, but crazy. And then he up there convincing her like, she bought it and stuff like that. She bought the story. She is not gonna hate you, woo, woo, woo. And then they convinced to do it again. Because she actually, like I said earlier, she asked, "Did you want this to end?" He said no. So, yep, crazy. So it's like the next day. She go, what's her name? Eleanor goes to work like nothing happened. She went to work like nothing happened. And like everything was everything on the up and up. Everything is legit. Everything is innocent. And it's not innocent. And everybody at work, she come to work and everybody is staring at her. And I don't know if she's like so in her head or full of herself, like she is not noticing that eyes are on her. She is not noticing the eyes on her. She coming in asking for, I guess, a secretary for some information or some paperwork or whatever. And then one of her colleagues came in and told her about the what was posted on TikTok. She said, do it look like I got TikTok? She said, I'm not on the clock app. I'm not on that clock app, so no. And her colleague said it's bad for business. Clients are, I guess, pulling away because reputation. Her reputation is got a stain on it now because you look guilty as hell. It looked like you and Robert came together to unalive Nancy because y'all had a secret love affair. But yeah, so she was like, Cora made a TikTok video. And she was like, I need to see the video. She said, Cora will do that. Not like, no, she won't do that. Like, I need to see what was said in this video. And she was losing it at the scene. She was screaming like, I need to see the damn video. I need to see the damn video. And somebody, Marcus came up with his phone, showed her the phone, the video, and it said, my mom's best friend is sleeping with my dad. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically the gist of it. And she ain't say her name, but it's only two best friends. We got Mary, we got Eleanor. And you do the process of elimination because Mary is married. I guess his name is Howard to that guy. So you only leave Eleanor, the single lady who is sleeping with her subordinate. So yeah, so she was losing. She was coming undone. She started to become undone, but she also see her run out to. Of course, she went to Robert's house. That's the first place she gonna run to, of course. But on her way to his house, I believe her brother Donovan called. Okay. He called. He was like, "What the f? Like you putting a stain on the family name because your dirty laundry is out in the street. That does affect the family." And he said, I know you had a fantasy about being with Robert. I didn't know you was gonna actually literally sleep with the man. Especially after losing his wife or whatever. It was just, he was heated, he was pissed. She hung up on his ass. Okay, she said, I got time to hear this though. Pull up at Robert. We see I'm gonna say Detective Gans, I think that's her name. And she questioned her about her, like what happened that night that Nancy died, and like where was your whereabouts, because like I said in my last video that it was like an hour accounted for it. And yes, it was just the way guys asked questioned her. She's like, wait a minute, like I'm not answering anything else until I get a lawyer. Okay, so she managed to get into Robert's house, right? Mind you, Kit is not seeing that for her. She never seen it for Eleanor. Kit is Robert's sister. The Hennessy's, I guess, never saw it for her, but this delusional bitch went and wanted to talk to Robert in private and had the nerve to ask how his Cora is. And she said Cora is staying with Kit for now. And yeah, she is not, she refusing to take the video down. And because mind you, when she first came in the house, we see some of the Hennessy's and some lawyers trying to work some things out, trying to clear Robert name, right? He has a whole team there. And she's over there talking to him in this space and said they should come together. They lawyers should join together, join their statements and deny this love affair. And they should focus on finding Nancy's killer and stuff like that. And he looking like, say what? And she's like, what's going on? And he was looking like, my lawyers advised me to cut off communication with you. I said, baby. I was laughing. I was cracking up. So I was like, now you got egg on your face. Now you got egg on your face. You delusional bee. Like, what are you doing? Like, no, you should have been lawyered up. So when you saw that video, you gonna run to Robert. Okay, he gonna save his ass before he saved your ass. Okay, and he thinking y'all teaming up will not work. Okay, gonna make y'all look guilty. So his team said, nope, cut off communications. And then he had the nerve to say, I need my letter back. And then she said, F you. I'm like, finally you waking up? Hello? What you thought y'all was gonna fall in love, y'all was gonna run off and be happily ever after, get married? Like what you was thinking? I didn't get her mind of thinking. Okay, because she's like, I thought we had something or whatever. He like, man, it was just something because my wife just died. I said, yo, baby. Oh, another way to stick the knife in and twist it. I was like, yo, hello, you should have been woke up. And then she managed to make her ass way to a Mary house. Poor Mary. Mary seems like she be going through it every time. Well, most of the time, especially when she's in the house or whatever around her family. And she's in the house trying to clean up behind these kids or whatever. And Eleanor coming out of her house thinking like she know or heard about it because like Mary is like in her own bubble right now. And she's like, okay, what's wrong? Because we see it all on Eleanor's face. She said, you haven't seen the video, right? Because it was like a TikTok video of Cora saying that she did the deed. Because mind you, Mary and Donovan is the only one that, not the only one, because Nancy knew too, but it's the ones who knows that she really loves Robert. Okay? And you can see the disappointment on Mary's face. She's like, you did it. You went through it. Selfish. That was a selfish move on Eleanor for her. So yeah, selfish as hell. And Mary couldn't believe her ears, what she hearing. And now she looked guilty, and Robert, I guess, tried to put it on her or whatever about the unalignment of Nancy, who unalived Nancy. And yeah, she went through it sleeping with Robert. So it's like another lie. And Mary, she is tired of all these lies. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's like, get out. Get the hell out. So yeah, I'm paraphrasing about what happened in the scene. But she basically told her to get out. You like, you keep lying, y'all keep lying. She is still lying. Okay, we're gonna get to that a little later. But she is still lying to Mary, unfortunately. Another secret she's holding. So she come to the realization that Robert don't care for her ass in that way, like she cared for him. And like I said, he is willing to save his ass because, like I said, it looked like both of them come together to unalive Nancy so they can have the secret love affair or whatever. And yeah, so she is emotional. She's like drinking alcohol, sitting on the floor in her hoodie, whatever. Then her brother showed up. And he like, been a listening ear to her. And just said how she just been in love and she made a mistake and it's over. She been in love with Robert Hennessy since she was 18. And she said she's done. She's over it. She's like, I am not in love with the man no more. And, the brother, get her a hug, actually being there for her. Because remind you, like earlier, he was on the phone pissed cussing at her ass. But I guess he had some time to cool down, came to her correct. Be there for his little sister. And he know how much she was in love with this man. And he kept warning her about it. So he like, tell me everything. Then we get a scene to like, where's the lawyers at? She telling the lawyers about her 6-month fling with her subordinate Jordan Thomas, and basically her whereabouts the night of Nancy's unalivement. And yeah, she said she pulled up to Jordan at 10:15, but she didn't go in. And mind you, 10:15 p.m. she didn't go in because she had got like a text or message from Marcus, which is Mary's son, right? So she got a message from him to go help him out. And I guess she had to ride wherever Marcus was at. It must have been far away because he owed some bookie some money. And I guess if he didn't give up that money, he was gonna lose some body parts or whatever. But yeah, so she went to go rescue Marcus and help him out of a jam. And that's what she returned back to Jordan place at 1 a.m. So that's like, I guess that's the hour, because I don't know how you calculate travel time. So I guess it's an hour accounted for, but or an hour and a half. So she told the lawyers that key Marcus name out of it because he's on probation and he don't need to get in no trouble, and she does not want to upset her friend Mary. But Mary gonna be upset again because she be like, another lie, bitch. When she found out you knew this whole time, you helped him out and you ain't tell me what happened. Even though Mary seemed like a basket case, seemed like she can't handle it, but you never know what she can handle, So yeah, but you still lied to her face, like you and Marcus lied to that lady. But yeah, they say they will keep his name out and just have him as anonymous. Yeah, so they get outside and when they separate after the lawyer, because mind you, she has her brother's support, and she managed to get to the house. I mean, she was in the bed crying and thinking about that night, and you actually see what happened, the conversation between her and Nancy that night of her unalignment. So mind you, they was out having drinks, having the girls a good time, and then as they was leaving, they wait for their car, wait for their ride to be pulled up by the ballet. So that's what Eleanor was doing. But Nancy said, "I'm glad I caught you. Like, can you give me a ride to David or whatever? Or will you come with me to end it with this David guy?" And she looked nervous. She looked scared. Like she needed her friend's support, even though what she did by having an affair was wrong. But she still needed her friend there as support. And you can see that she is disheveled and scared of approaching this David person to end it. So yeah. And she got in the car, and then Eleanor was like, "What are you doing? Like, I am not taking you. I'm not going with you to end it with David." She said, "You need to get your life together. You have a good husband at home." She said, "Oh, really?" So that's like pathetic. And Eleanor was like, "What's pathetic if you cheating and you ain't grown enough to tell the truth about it or whatever, confront it or some shit." She said to her, it was some slick shit because Nancy know that Eleanor is in love with Robert. Okay, and yeah, so she get out the car because she was like, "You is not a good friend or whatever." She said, "I need you," and yeah, so she got out the car. And that's the last time we saw Nancy. I mean, according to the show. So I don't know. Yeah, so that's what she's thinking about in her bed in her room. And then she get this manic knock on her door, and it's Mary. Open door, said Mary. Like Mary said, she know who is David. And we know it's not David, the artist. So I'm like, who is this David gonna be? So that's where it end off at, honey. Who this David going to be? I don't know who this David is. I can't wait to see who what Mary came up with. Because like I said, Mary's on the case. She's Inspector Gadget. She's Nancy Drew. She is all the things. So if Mary could crack to see who David is before the detectives, like she need to be on their payroll. But yeah, so I can't wait to see who is this David gonna be. But gosh, like I do not feel bad for Eleanor at all. I just feel bad for Cora. I do not feel bad for Robert because they all look suspicious, especially him. He lied initially about the letter that he didn't know, and then he got Eleanor end up telling him so quickly. Might I add? Yeah, it's just I don't feel bad for nobody. And Marcus, definitely need to come clean with his mama because yeah, yeah. You on probation? What you doing? No. So yeah. Shout out to Donovan, her brother. He's always there for her. Always try to look out for his little sis. So we shall see how this goes. And the Hennessy's is not to be trusted. Okay, except for Cora, the child. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. Did y'all laugh when she came to the realization that Robert said you on your own? And how did you react when Cora busted their ass in that pool, half naked? Okay, so let me know your thoughts below. And let me know if you're watching. If you're not watching, you need to get into it. It's on Apple TV, honey. It drops Wednesday. Yeah, so I am about to get out of here, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.